Peace. Great Lakes Livecast, straight like that.
Great Lakes Livecast, tap in, straight like that. Look at that glass, man. You talking about my club. Great Goose.
Oh, okay.
Goose on the
I
loose.
thought you drank.
Great Lakes Livecast, you already know what it is.
School inside of the basement. So it wasn't a struggle. It was just somebody getting the opportunity and I ran with it.
Now, being a father and also being your son, Ted Gllc Jr., being the thing with Shedeur Sanders and Deion Sanders, do you feel that he was too hands-on or he was just right? I mean, he did what he's supposed to do?
Well, you know, times are different. You know, I don't think he was too hands-on. I think that he understands the business. It just shows us that, you know, the difference in the world now. You know, I'm not saying that they was right of the, you know, what happened to him in the draft. That wasn't good. I think when you have confidence in what you do and what you know, sometimes people misread that. You know what I'm saying? It's something that children should be punished for success. And that's what it is, you know. It's been successful. Sometimes people get tired of it. You know, people have their own judgment. But when you show it like that, that's not right. So I'm not going to ever say that he was too hands-on. You know, we don't have enough hands-on today. Nobody's parenting, nobody. See, it's a difference between a father and a dad. You know, he's a father.
Exactly.
He's not a dad. You know, and anybody that's in any type of business, you want to make sure your kid is taken care of the right way, especially if you know.
There you have it from the man, the myth, Mr. Ted Gllc Sr.
Coach, how you think Shedeur gonna do in the NFL?
I think if they give him an opportunity, I think he's going to be great. You know, everybody's situation is different. You know, and I always think that it's a spiritual thing to me. I think that sometimes God sends you to a test before the lesson. You know, so you just got to accept the test. And I think it's going to be well if they be fair to him.
Thank you, Coach. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. We're here with your boy. I'm also here with Nicole and Ned Smith, the executive director of the Sports Legend of Cleveland. And how did you come up with the idea about the book?
Okay, so back in 2018, I was getting inducted into the Hall of Fame for James Program.
Okay.
In that, I had to do some research and get up there and, you know, give a speech, acceptance speech. And then I started thinking about, wait a second, the sports athletes who come before me. And then I found out about Wanda Ford. Wanda Ford, she's here today. White woman, I'll get her career as well. To this day, she has Division I NCAA women's basketball records. That means all the women, there's so many women who have broken their records. And I thought about that, I was like, wait a second here. So had I known about her, when I was in school, I would have done better. Because I would have said, hey, let's work out together. So I got mad. So when I get mad, I just start stuff. So I started the Sports Legend of Cleveland back in 2018. I called my track coach, his cousin, Jesse Owens, and I told him about, I wanted to do a documentary. And he was like, okay, we'll do it. And then 2 weeks later, I said, you know what, let's start with the history. Let's write the history first. And it was all because I didn't know about Wanda Ford. And then he started telling me about all these other athletes. He just started naming. About Jesse, we don't know about the others. So once I found that out, I was like, you know what, this is we're gonna document. 6 years later, here we are.
So, what do you think? Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for bringing that information out and that inspiration. So, what do you think about Shedeur Sanders and his plight and what he got going on right now?
Yeah, I am pretty proud. My brothers would kill me if I said otherwise, right? Aside from that, I love the excitement. I think it's going to be great for the city. I think that all that excitement, the Sanders family, we welcome them to.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. I appreciate your time.
Also, Ms. Smith, we just want to thank you for shining the light on athletes from the city of Cleveland. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, nice to meet you. Thank you so much. All right.
But it is again a campus. Gllc, an institution that has molded and graduated thousands of outstanding citizens throughout its years of existence. And by the way, again, is also the father of the All-American and National Football League superstar, Ted Ginn Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, Ted Ginn Jr.